Well, COVID has definitely told us that times are changing. There's a slowdown. Many organizations have actually locked down. People are working from home. But everyone now has an increased sensitivity on cost. And of course, they want to reduce costs. There's something going on that was going on before the pandemic, and that is automation. And to what degree everyone understands what they can automate is really a moving target, because they have been automating anything that can be automated. And of course, because of what's going on, the pandemic, people wanting to cut costs because the quote the revenue sources are not all there. We are going to have increased unemployment at some time in every industry. So when stakeholders look at this, they've reacted in certain ways. They can either shut down projects, they can slow the projects down, they can furlough workers. The whole time they're trying to comply with the ever-changing requirements for social distancing, personal protection equipment, etc. So it's really a moving target. People are a little nervous about what's been going on. Organizations, of course, look at this and say, I need to survive or we need to shut down. So they use furloughs. They're trying to minimize manpower costs, but they're always trying to keep the most valuable people. One of the industries we've worked with is the construction industry. Even before the pandemic hit, we knew it wasn't efficient. The profitability is always at risk, even with the larger, well-established companies. And basically the supply chain, it's using practices that are inefficient. If you all can see me, and if this is the client, and this is the expert vendor who they would like to hire, should the client be telling the expert vendor what to do? Anybody should realize that this is not efficient. If this was, quote, the way to do it, this side doesn't need to be an expert, and we're going to hit on this immediately in the presentation. So they've been doing this. Therefore, they've hired a whole group of, quote, professionals, and these professionals have set up a structure where they can do this and where the structure can't tell the difference between the competitors. So the basic assumption that this structure sets is these competitors are all the same. They all understand the same thing. They all can do the same job. Therefore, the only reason in this system of the owner using professionals to tell the vendors what to do, the only difference is who can come and give me the lowest cost. That's it. They're trying to cut costs. And if they're trying to cut costs, and all these folks over here realize that they have to be the low cost, they're going to start cutting quality, performance, anything that they can cut out to lower the cost to get the job. So this structure, the major problem is the professionals are telling everybody what to do. They don't have enough information, so they can't tell the difference between the competitors. And so they're only going to make the decision on costs. And this side here is going to try to cut the costs. That brings extreme risk. So in the industry, they have all kinds of approaches now to try to minimize this risk of not being able to know who the expert is and who the non-expert is. So the ways that they do this is, hey, let's have more trust. Let's work together. Let's collaborate. Now, today we may not have enough time to go into all the results of utilizing these approaches. However, we'll have more time in the future presentations to really show you that these approaches have not worked well.